We like this. It's a very clean looking prospect. It's our best looking prospect seismically. And just for context, this structure is about 25 kilometers long and about 5 kilometers wide, and about 1,000 meters high. So that's the dimension of the prospect we're going after.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Brian Rainsborough. He is the CEO of Recon Africa, or Reconnaissance Energy Africa, if you like. You answered to both, I know. Brian, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me once again.
Yeah, so the company had a really interesting news release talking about Prospect Eye. So let's remind everyone a little bit about what we're talking about here. A very important one of the company.
It is. It is. We're really excited about this prospect. This is a follow-on to the well we drilled late last year in Nagopa, where we found some oil in the section. That was the first well in this new Damira Full Well play. We were quite excited about what we found in Nagopa, and in fact, we changed our drilling schedule around because of what we found, and teed up Prospect Eye. Things are going really well. This is just for context. This is the company's largest prospect we've ever drilled. The resources from external auditors around 360 million barrels. We size it probably a little bit larger than that. But also I want to emphasize we like the risk profile of this because of what we found on the previous well. We're getting ready to tee it up. This will be one of the most attractive, largest onshore wells being drilled globally, just for context. So a lot of eyes are on this prospect. The team's doing really well. It's on schedule to spud very late part of June. So we're super excited about this big milestone for the company.
Yeah, and Brian, for people that understand, there's some pre-construction going on, a lot of work that has to get to the point where that happens. So maybe you can explain what has to happen before you get to the key part of obviously spudding it.
Yeah. There's a big lead on to actually spudding a well, and people don't realize it takes time to do some of these things. We have a really strong stakeholder engagement program in the company, where we work very closely with the local people, communities getting land access. All that's been done a few months ago. And then you have to go through permitting. We got all our permits in place largely. And then what we have to do, this well location is about 10 kilometers off the main highway in northern Namibia. So we have to build a 10-kilometer road. That means we have to have crews out there debushing the whole area. And then we have to what's called demine that area. There's been never any explosives in this area, but it's part of the protocol. So there will be a couple of teams out there that will walk the track of the road and do demining. And then we actually have to construct the road itself and the drill pad. So we're just embarking on those last two steps right now. But all the permits are in place. We're in a good location, and we're super excited to get this big milestone going for the company.
Yeah. And lastly, Brian, I just want to sort of reiterate what you said a bit earlier about the potential size of this, because in the news release, you talk about, maybe 365 million barrels of unrisked and 32 million barrels of risked. I think the sheer scope of this, I think, will surprise a lot of people and just how
Yeah.
big this has the potential to be.
It is. It is. We like this. It's a very clean looking prospect. It's our best looking prospect seismically. And just for context, this structure is about 25 kilometers long and about 5 kilometers wide, and about 1,000 meters high. So that's the dimension of the prospect we're going after. Very material, but I also want to emphasize that, this is open in play. So we have an inventory of 15, 16 leads behind this one. I like what we're doing here. If we set this off in the right trajectory, it's a huge catalyst for changing the country and Namibia, and also the company here. And I do believe if we find oil here, that we will be the first oil produced by Namibia. That's my goal.
Well, Brian, it's exciting times ahead. We look forward to following the story for the next few months for sure. Good to see you again, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, there's Brian Rainsborough. He is the CEO of Recon Africa.